What's up, Drew?
What's up, man? It's storming over here.
Oh boy. Is that music too loud?
No, it's good.
Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max, and we're here on the 13th of November. What a day. We're gonna get started here in about 5-6 minutes. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. We got a lot of alpha to spill. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Got all those beautiful PUPs down there. If you're watching over, I'll make sure that if you are here, you're watching over on YouTube as well. You can see all the stuff that we'll be showing on that system is there as well. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, there we go. If you're in the space today, get ready for some awesome alpha vibes that will be coming out. We'll be getting started here in just a few moments. We're also being recorded on the YouTube channel, so make sure you're over there. Check my PFP for the link tree. And also over on TikTok, which is already kicking ass over there with so many people. Hello, everybody over there. Duff, make sure that you request talking privileges, please, for you to be able to come out. Also, Amos, come out as well. You also be, if you have a minute, if you can talk. I don't know if you have the time frame to be able to talk. Approved and approved.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? I'll have you come out here and talk in just a few moments.
Already.
Can you hear me, Max?
I sure can, Joe. You sound great.
Beautiful. Thanks, brother.
Rip, if you can, I don't know if you can come out and talk, but you're more than welcome to if you want to request. I know you're probably at your wage cage, killing it, smacking it. Couple more minutes. Now, while you're here and you're waiting around, make sure that you share and like the space. Get it out there with everybody. Follow myself. Follow Drew over in Shogun Crypto. Follow everybody here, especially like TrackyBot and everybody here. Make sure you're following every single fool in this place, because the more that you share your information out there with other people, and to follow, the bigger your following will become. All right. Drew, you ready, my man?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's get started. Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max. We're here on November 13th, 2024, and we're here with our Shogun Alpha Space. That's right, we're going to take the next hour or so and talk about all the great things that are happening with the Alpha of Shogun Crypto, and a few other things as well, some good announcements that'll be out. We're going to ask that if anybody who is here, that any token that we have on our farm, wink wink nudge nudge, spilled alpha, can come out and talk today about who they are and what they've done and why they're here with us. And we'll also talk about them as well. For everybody else, make sure that you like and follow. If you're here as a guest speaker, please make sure that you share the space. Get it out there to as many people as possible. We're also simulcasting over on YouTube and TikTok. Click on my PFP to actually get to the link tree and find us there. You can watch what's going on over there rather than just sit and boring old listening to talk. We're joined by Shogun Crypto, as from Drew is under the Shogun Crypto moniker and is the host of the show. All right, now let's get serious just for 1 second before we start the show. This is all about emotion and excitement. Here on the show, you actually have these little emojis down the bottom. Use them as much as you possibly can. This will show people that you are paying attention to what's going on and you're reacting to it. That's the best way if you don't have a voice. At the end of the show, we'll have some people come out who want to either chill or throw some flowers out for everybody else. All right, now let's get started. Drew, buddy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I think the first thing that I kind of want to say is every single person in here should like, retweet, comment, and bookmark the space. This will help us get out there to a larger audience. We already got about 24 people in here, which is pretty solid. We got a pretty strong community. Most of y'all got the PFPs on, which is amazing.
Perfect. So, Drew, as you know, we haven't had a good space in a little while, only because we've been having our head down and just working. But today I wanted to kind of just not put it out to our own group of what's been going on, but a little bit of everything. But you know how busy we've been and what we've been doing, especially by the workload you've been doing as well.
Yeah, no, this is something where we have a nice team of devs now that are helping us build out some really good systems, and it's like sometimes we might be in a sideways channel. You might get bored or this and that, but we just have to stay really consistent, especially all the people from the 5, 20, the 100, the holders outside of that. Just stay consistent, follow the path that we're trying to build out what we're doing here, and don't get bored and not interested when we're in the sideways channel. Is kind of the main thing I like to say.
Well, the sideways channel is referred to as a building channel, and that's what we're at right now. We'll talk about that here in depth here, especially if you're watching over on YouTube. You should be able to see the screen and the system over there. You'll be able to see, or you can go over to Dex Screener and see our system over there as well. Let's start off, and I want to announce this is a pretty big announcement. Since we've met in the spaces before, we've hit 3 million plus market cap. We've been up. What was our all-time high? Like 3.4 or something to that effect. But before I get into all the logistics of the coin and what's happened and what we've been doing, one of the things that happened when we first started with the coin, doing the coin. Now we had the company, we had the mentality, we had the services, and there was 5 of us, the group of the 5, and we talk about the group of the 5 as me being sort of the strategic value of pushing forward the middle, right? And then we had 2 on the left and 2 on the right. The 2 on the left side being Drew and Amy, solid group of people that I've known. I've known Amy for many moons, and I've known Drew in the hardships of everything that we've been over through and watching him go through Kitty and doing the things. On the right side, there was Rip, and there was somebody named Martin. Now, Martin at that point is an awesome dude. He's just lots of stuff going on. Lives in Germany. Was the bringer of worlds in the coin latte. Worked very hard in that system over there. But just got beaten up so bad. Just as we were starting the coin, life sort of really hit hard for Martin, and he had to move into a way of kind of distancing himself from the rest of the system. So as we started to build the coin out, there was a missing member of the five. After a while, it looked like Martin couldn't move forward and be a part of it, which was a little, worrisome, that we had an open position there. We just didn't want to fill anything. So we had to kind of find a relationship with somebody that we knew could be strong, had a vision of who we are and what we do, and just seemed to have an all-around love for who Shogun is, as well as righteous, honorable, all those great traits that we're always looking for people. As we began to see people put in, there's a lot of candidates for the process that we could have talked to and brought onto, but I started to focus on one particular individual, and I started to hear more things, and more people started to come on. And I reached out to them a couple of days ago, and I asked them a bunch of questions and a bunch of things, and I just wanted to get to know them more. Found out so much from them on who they are. But I wanted to let everybody know that, and most of all of you should know who this person is. If you have a PFP, except for the 5 that I originally built, the person that I'm referring to is Joe Duffy. Duffy with banana hat. If you can see him in the room right now. Duffy Duff, we call him Joe as well, had shown his ethics, his loyalty, his honor in everything that he was doing. This man does so much on the outside too. I'm going to let him come out and talk here in a second, but I wanted to let you know that we offered Joe a position for the top 5. Not just because we needed to fill the position, but because we felt like that position is perfect for him because of what his workload has been and what he has done and what he's delivered to us in the form of that respect. Most of all of you should have been able to talk to him or have asked him for things, and I hope that you have a relationship with him as well. Thanks to Rip and Amy and Drew and myself, we offered him a position, and he accepted. So as of right now, I want to welcome Joe Duff to the space and come out and tell us a little bit about, what your thoughts are about being a part of that top 5.
Max, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. What's up, everybody? What a day. Crazy highs we're seeing right now.
Oh, yeah.
Great day to be alive. Great day for Shogun Space. Yeah, Max, thank you so much, man. Obviously, it's an honor for you to have invited me into this group. Rip, Amy, Drew, everybody. It's been a pleasure getting to know everybody. Been a pleasure working with all you guys. And it's been incredible to see this team come together and new people coming on every single day, taking on new responsibilities, creating something out of nothing. It's been beautiful to see. Yeah, man. So listen, the crypto space, this crypto world, I think you could describe a lot of it as a wasteland. I've been part of this team on Telegram that has been putting together this world, this Shogun world, this Shogun empire. And there's just been so many incredible ideas thrown out there. Me and Clarence were able to take all those ideas, put them together, and just kind of, build it out, put it in writing, create the visuals, piggyback off of what you, Max, have done with these PFPs, these striking, badass, beautiful imagery, to just expand on that world. And here we are. This is this world that, we've all created is what everything else is going to be built upon. The game, the designs, the banners, the website, everything is going to come back to this one idea. And this is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for Shogun, like, Max just described, bringing honor and integrity to this crypto wasteland. We are building something beautiful amidst the ruins We're building something special, and we're doing it in an honorable way. So that's it. That's the entire purpose here. So, I think when I first came along, that credo was obviously the first thing that stood out to me. Clarence has been, really good at kind of verbalizing it, putting in writing, and getting it out there. And I just encourage everybody here to go and read that. We'll share it again or pin it to the main thread so everybody can get eyes on it. And I just want to let everybody know kind of what we're going to be doing very, very soon. My main purpose here has been the design aspect of things. It's been pretty cool to see the proactive initiatives that people have been taking, creating a lot of things based on this idea. But again, I want everybody to go back and watch that video that we put out, read the description of this world, so that, we can stay consistent. Andrew mentioned that early on in this space, but we want to kind of create that theme, and we want everybody to be operating out of that same theme so we can deliver a consistent message out there in the world on Twitter and everything else. So yeah, you guys know where to find me. A lot of times if I'm not paying attention, it's because I got my head down and I'm designing something. I got Photoshop up in front of me, or Premiere or something. But hit me up, DM me. I do know that there's a lot of outstanding projects that are on the horizon. I have some big ones that I'm actively working on as we speak. As soon as I'm done that, I will hit up your requests. I'll make sure, that the top guys have their PFPs, revisions of their PFPs, whatever you want. So I'll get around to all that, I promise. If I didn't get it done yet, like I said, it's because I got my head down working. But listen, this is a wildly ambitious project, and it's just cool as shit to be a part of it. Yeah, man, I'm very proud and honored, Max. So thank you so much. All you guys, top 5, top 20, top 100. I'm looking forward to making more stuff, man, and building this thing out. So thanks again, Max.
You're welcome, man. Now listen, you've been in, you're a business owner, you're a family man, you've been around the block a few times, and a lot of things you built. And like he said, he's had his head down. He's a lot of building. It's the same thing for all of us at the top 5. We have so much responsibility in things that we're building. Rip is in building that connection with the TikTok value and that short content value, which has been huge. Drew's out with outbound outreach and stuff like that. So everybody's and Amy's in the back scenes with the finance stuff and doing with Panther Pilot or Shogun Webforge. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So right now, the big projects, and Spilled Alpha, let's talk about it for a second, is the NFT project system and the founder key release. And what this founder key release on the NFT is going to be is the top 5 Shogun PFPs being released in a sort of like a card element here, with different values and backgrounds and rarities and things coming on. And we're going to release a certain amount of them that when you have these, they will trigger things for later, either in discounts of things that we have, or if you're a team member, different levels of access to certain things that we'll have, which will remain quiet until the time has come, but guarantee that they'll be worth something, not just in Solana, but in the value of holding. They'll be very inexpensive in the very beginning, but as they grow, we'll also be able to attach, a royalty structure to that as well, which will help us. This is the first phase of release for the NFT project, which Joey's very instrumental on. When the time comes and we release the second wave of collections, which will be the NFTs of PFPs that can be used on your character, your people, they'll also have a collection with your characters. Now, NFTs are just that 2D mentality, which is, we also have some movement happening now with MP4s that are coming out that you're starting to see. Joe's very integral in that part of it. And this is where the magic really starts to happen. As we've been building the game system, the connection with NFTs, crypto, and the PFPs, as well as the vision and the game, are all synonymous. They are all together. And why that's so important is because when you have that consistent value, let me give you an example. If you have a network and you're talking about one of the flyest characters that I had seen in a long time, I had just seen this one character and it was like a dog or something, and it was with a sword, and it was so amazing. It was so badass. And as it as the person was telling me, we got the best game out there and the game's coming on, and the culture shock was that it was a pixelated game, and it was nothing like how it was spun. And I felt, you know what, that's probably not their fault, but it's just a matter of conditioning from concept to production. What they wanted and what they got were two different things, and they were acceptable for that. For me, yes, like Joe has said, it's an ambitious project to do all this because it takes a lot. But if we release just at the right time certain events while you're part of that growth, this could take a year to build out for the entire game. But you'll be part of it as you grow through it. You'll be in the demos. We'll release a lot of them. You'll release a whole bunch of things. Like if you see in the on the homepage of Shogun's Crypto's Twitter account, you'll see like there is a page where there's like an oasis, and then there's some crazy buildings in the back. They just look like the apocalyptic world back there. This is the way that the Shogun game will be set up, is in 3 levels, 3 major rings of worlds. 1 being the marketplace. 2 being the village where you'll be able to build and farm and do certain things. And then 3, the area of the combat area, basically, where you'll fight the insects and you'll collect other bigger, harder resources like stones and metal and wood and things like that. So there's this whole world that's still back there. Remember, in our world, the 3 phases, the tri-phase, we never talk about anything of release that we haven't built. These foundations are already there, except for 1, the village. We're still working on the village side of it. But we do have the assets for the battling world, and we do have the assets for the marketplace already within the game network and the demos that will be coming out here in a couple of weeks. The next subject of stuff, like the NFTs, these will all be releasing simultaneously with the game versions of things that we'll be putting out as well. And the power of this is we'll get inclusions. Most of you will start buying the NFTs. You'll get into that process. You'll be able to trade them. They'll become like trading cards for you. You can use them to trigger certain events in the game. In the 3rd collection series, there'll be weapons, there'll be assets, there'll be all these great things that you'll be part of. Now, some of you that are here are part of the group of the 20 as well. Now, we filled out the group of the 5. Filling out the group of the 20 is another aspect of what we're trying to get to. And how do you get to that? Well, we really have to pick you. The top 5 finds the group of the 20 and offers them positions in. And why that's so important is because not everybody has the time to be able to do stuff, but we're looking for particular people. We're looking for leaders. We're looking for doers. And those that can really work hard at what they want from this. This isn't about holding a bag. This isn't about just holding a bag. You got to have some Shogun, of course. But this is about really working to be a part of something bigger. And those 20 people that are in that work very hard. Everybody that's been here has done such a great job in that group of the 20. We'll be going through and talking about them here even more in our second releases. So as we bring to a close this chapter of the space today about Joe Duff, make sure that you welcome him and congratulate him in the spaces, but also be very aware of his time. And like we said, as soon as the NFTs start to release and these bigger projects get done, all these other little projects, we're also looking for people that do have Photoshop experience as well as some AI experience. Now we're going to give certain types of AIs a break and only use one particular one for right now to get us a better version of the process. And then Joe will come out with protocols on what the brand is, because we just don't want a bunch of AI generated images without our branding in them. So we have to keep that in mind. And I know you want to be consistent in everything for Joe. So make sure that when you're putting stuff out, if you're just trying to put stuff out just to have fun, that's okay. But just be careful. We're not trying to recreate the brand. We're trying to keep a very simplistic but valued brand that'll work along all of our systems here. Okay. I guess at this time, Drew, you got anything to add from what we just said?
Yeah, that's something too where with Duff, I just talked to him for like 2.5 hours last night. Great guy, great family man. He's got a lot going on, and then outside of that, he's putting in a lot of time at the Shogun. So like that really goes to show you like how much he loves what we're doing here and how much he really wants to be a part of it, because most people who have as much stuff going on as Duff are not going to have any time or even want to fit any time for Shogun and building. So
Mm-hmm.
hats off to him for really, just being great with time management and for all the time he's been putting in to help us build stuff.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Drew. I appreciate it, guys. And yeah, Max, to that point, I do want to let you guys know that me and MP and Amos are going to put together a team and Telegram, a channel where we can filter some of the design work that we've been doing. I think, Doc, you've been throwing stuff out there, so we'll invite you in there as well. Anybody that wants to be a part of that group, that wants to, use Midjourney, use Photoshop to design stuff, just DM me so I can add you to that group. We'll get that going by the end of the week. And yeah, start to really deliver the message and filter the content and get some consistency here. So yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, actually add me into that group as well, because I'd love to be a part of that. And even on the work side, I don't mind throwing a couple extra moments whenever we can. So speaking of that, let's dive into the next section here, where we're going to talk about something called a Scrum Master and what that is. Now, some of you, let's just joke around for a second, think Scrum Master. You're like, I don't know anything about rugby. But the concept of this is major organization and control. Now, we just recently have parted ways with a company that we refer to as Hello Moon, like the Hello Moon Network. We were working with them very closely. Now, why did we do it? Why did we leave? Well, in from my point of view, I mean, I've built a lot of companies and I've put a lot of things together. I've done so from the scratch mentality, right? Like I'll go if I wanted to make a hot dog cart, I'm not going to create a corporation and go out and create a board and make all that just so I can sell hot dogs. So there's sometimes that you put things together in a scratch mentality, right? You don't need to follow a recipe. You don't need to have like a super organizational thing. Everything has a micro ingredient kind of mentality. But there is times when you have to sort of put away the reactive ways of building stuff and finally say, this is such a big project that I can't control it myself. And when that happens, you have to find people around you that you trust, that are organized, that know your faults, right? Like we have this joke that if you want anything built, have Max build it. But if you want it spelled right, you better have somebody else do it, right? Because I am such an hurry all the time typing. I have so many typos. I have the best typos, I swear to God. But as we started to put this thing together, I was brought to my attention that we have somebody with a couple of certifications that used to do this for a living, and they were certified to do it. And as I met Amos, I really started to like who he is and bring him into the process and started to give him some responsibility. So he is in the group of the 20. I'm going to invite him out now to sort of let him know that he already knows this, but he'll be running our ClickUp and our Agile system to kind of help us keep organized and keep forward with everything that we're doing. So I wanted to welcome him to the top level of the 20 and give him that sort of higher level within the group of people that we have already.
Well, thank you, Max. Yeah, I'm excited to get to work. I've already been, as you know, working on that, diving into the ClickUp and getting us organized. So, like you said, as we grow, that organization is going to be critical. And I've done this for about 8 years now. And I took a couple of years off, shifted to crypto, and now everything's kind of coming full circle. It is pretty wild that I'm doing Scrum Master work on a crypto project. But I mean, hey.
Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird? I mean, it's surreal sometimes, but it's fun, all kinds of fun. So.
You could never judge your experiences of what you've been through by what you should be. Starting out in the military when I was young, I always thought I was always be in the military. I got a master's in chemical management, and I thought I was going to work at a refinery in Dubai because I was, being groomed for that. And then I got into radio. It was like, wait a minute, what? How could you go from how could you have a master's? You're the most overqualified radio host ever for anything, they used to tell me. And I was like, well, listen, it's like Slumdog Millionaire. All these things come for a reason. And you have that cert and you're good at it. You seem to have a heavy understanding of it. And at times I have a love for it, I think. It kind of shows in the work that you're doing. And now that you can tie it into something that you also love, on the external. Now, what I heard from you when we first talked was that you do this full time. Like this is your gig, right? Like crypto is your
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Well,
100%.
congratulations, because that's a tough fucking thing to manage to begin with. So I'm glad that you have joined us in this capacity to help keep us organized and help keep us moving forward. As you run into resistance, please let me know because I might be one of those people. So if you have resistance for people doing their tasks or getting stuff on, don't feel like it's a personal thing, because in this world, there's always this mentality. And where I was leading up with this, as you probably understand, Amos, as well, we met with Hello Moon, and they gave us a very professional amount. It was like $5,000 a month to have a system, and we wanted to build out our network for it. And I'm not a super stickler on super organization, right? Like I can build stuff from scratch, but I have to know what's going on. I am a stickler for constant communication, as we've all know. I want to know what's going on. If there's a lot, there's a lot, but just tell me what's going on. If there's nothing, then there's nothing, but just tell me. And so when we reached out to Hello Moon in our second week, and I asked for an update, yeah, we're working on it. We'll get it done as soon as possible, was the return. The next week, I said, I'd like to see something, a check sheet or something, a sprint, if some of you knows what those are. Anything that you use, even something internally that has a check mark system of, hey, look, we built this, we built this, we built this, we ran into this issue, here's a timeline that we're looking for. But I kept on getting pushback. And even though, I kind of knew what was going on and I felt it was a little, odd, I can kind of understand it. But the one thing that I didn't like was that I was told, well, this is crypto, this is how we do things here. And that's the unfortunate thing is, because can anybody here raise their hand and say this is your average coin? Can anybody say that this is your average company? Is this the way crypto is usually done? Because it's not, right? Crypto's not done this way. And they're right. But I'm not here to do crypto in everybody else's fucking way. I'm here to do crypto in our way that protects us, that holds us as the main value, that keeps us safe, that makes sure that we're proud of what we have and we can stand on high, that we don't have to rely on others to provide for us and live by their code and by their ethic, that we live by ours, not theirs. So strong words, but with action. That's where we're at right now. We're building this system. So just like every other time in my life, when somebody has given me a wall to stand in front of and try to tell me to break it down, I get the biggest fucking sledgehammer I can find and start going to work at it. And that's what we did. We hired an entire team in-house. There's 6 of us now, because we just found out another 2 that are on board now. There's 6 of us that are programmers within the system. I'm also in there as one of the Figma and designers in the network, and some of the coding as well. We have King Ahab, who's leading the charge. He was brought to us by our friends over at TrackyBot. Super huge network. Guy's incredible. Works very hard, straight up. And this is the best part about this, is that we're all in Shogun together. This is not an external company now. It's all internal. And that has to make you feel even better and secure with this whole network, because what we have now is the ability to build anything we want and we own it. On that note, after we said goodbye to Hello Moon, we also said goodbye to our Shogun sniper bot as well. When we first started, we were a startup trying to figure out what's the best resources that we can find things. So we met a company called Gary, Gari, and they had a trading system that they white labeled, and we joined forces with them. We spoke the talk, and we had the fun, and we put things together. We paid the money, and it just didn't seem to really take on. We had some big issues in the beginning, mostly because the developers were always away. We were told that they had 13 developers and everybody was going to be working on this project, and we were just going to make it big. We brought 500 and something people into the network, and boy, did it just not do what I needed it to do in the back office of the dashboard. I needed to see information. Remember, communications is big in my world. I like to know what I know so I can build things around it. And so we, as just of last week, decided to pull away from them. We have permissions now. We're not going to be using the Gary system anymore, called the Shogun Sniper Bot. So if you have any money in the network there, simply remove you have keys to your wallet. Remove it from your wallet, from that system, and prepare yourself for the release of ShogunX. And ShogunX.io is what's on board for us in the very near future. Probably looking about 4 to 6 weeks to start getting some heavy MVPs out. We already have a website up and started. There'll be certain things added to it, like when we add our charts, we'll release the process. Now, everything with security and all those, the certain things may change. The way things look, the way things operate will change as we release new parts of it. But keep in mind that a lot of this stuff is quick MVPs that we'll put out, so you can add your 10 cents in as well. Okay. I think there's a lot of stuff still to talk about. But Drew, do you got anything you want to interject at that point?
Yeah, yeah. With the Shogun X system, because you had touched on it just a little bit, the Shogun X system is going to be a great way. Like, I really believe that Shogun X is going to change how devs operate their projects. Like, I think I see Shogun X in a world where we're the primary decks that projects go to, because you can list for free and also make money from listing with the 20% or 10% shared from the trading fees.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, this creates an opportunity within that system to where you can use the money you make in the system to then pay for ads to get more views on your project. So now we're building a system that not only makes the dev money, gets them more views, but they can use that money to then grow their own project at no cost to them. And it's not something that you see, because most of the systems that are built are not built for the dev. They're normally built, okay, how can we extract money from this market and just take it and cash out, go to the bank? Like, the system we're building is, how can we add value to devs and make money in the process in a moral and just way?
Absolutely. And that's the thing, is like, how do you do that? Well, we do it by, the simplistic things that you need as a dev or as a coin that's releasing is the ability to put your connection out there, your communication, your website, your Telegram, your Twitter account. Why should I charge you $299 to have that on our website, right? Just to exist. The common values of existing shouldn't be a paid thing. You should just be able to exist. And having socials is an existing process for you. So let's have it. Another is validating who you guys are and working with those coins that are out there and giving them a grade of value. What existence do you have? Are you a gaming network? Are you a utility? Are you service? Are you just a meme coin? What are you? And having that availability shouldn't be a cost to you. Now, if you want extras, if you want us to push you out into all these other different places for you, yeah, there's listing fees that you can kind of put on, advertisements you can put out, right? That's the natural case of stuff, and I'm okay with that, because that's a tender of business in a way, As far as the tools go, if you use everything that's on ShogunX, you'll get all those tools from Shogun WebForge and Shogun Foundry. Being able to buy domains and do all that stuff for very inexpensive prices, because you're part of our ShogunX system. Now, with that, there is a lot of work to do. In security in the network, we have a lot of stuff that we got to watch out for, between auditing and everything else. But in this world of crypto, man, let me tell you, we've been searching for an audit company, and we found a few. Some, and it goes so high, it's like $3,000 or $4,000 just to get one set of codes looked at. But any continuance stuff that you always got to be watching and keeping an eye on, we have not been able to find a reputable company yet. So, unfortunately, we have to find a way to be able to audit this stuff to make sure that there's no code injections. Now, I trust the team that we're working with, but this is from the outside, that could come in and hurt us and inject codes into our system. So we have to be very careful. So as all this is happening, I promise you, I'll have security in the first 4 part of my mind on everything that we do. Even from the Anvil bot and the Temper bot, which we've already started to get into beta with, and we'll talk about here in just a second. But as we release this network for the ShogunX, this is one of the most powerful systems that we'll have, as far as what can interrupt that network of scam that's out there. So we have to make sure that we have the highest security on board. All right, at this point, I do want to talk about other things. I don't want to take the whole hour for myself for this network. Um, as some of you had seen, we had brought out the farm here several months ago, a month or so ago. And thanks to Drew and a handful of us that have put together this network of farming and how we're doing it, it has just really taken off. There is so much happening in the farm. We came up with a concept to add more coins to it, which we're supposed to be doing today. And I do apologize. I will get to it as soon as I'm done this space here. We'll be going and doing that. It hadn't finished yet because there's a certain time of day that it finishes, and it might not be even till later on this evening if it doesn't happen when I think it's about to happen. But we've started to add other coins in to the network. So we added a handful of coins into the system, which have been pretty cool. Tracky being one of them. And why that's so cool is because, and again, some of you saw the video that I put out. It's like, why would you put out a coin on your system from somebody else? Well, first off, that coin will receive holders almost immediately. They'll be holding the system, but it's the safest way to do something called airdropping without worrying about scam systems out there and connecting your wallet and all that kind of happy horse shit that's out there. So why that's so cool is because now we have an availability to help other coins while farming and keeping liquidity going for our system, which is very powerful. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the farm here for all you ones that are watching. Standard, there we go. So as we've made relationships with a handful of coins, Tracky was one, Bluey was another, Bluey Bear, Memezilla, thanks to Shane and his crew there, and Bonky. Those 4 coins that we added to the network has given most of you rewards for being a part of it. When you're part of the farm and you're investing, it works for us by building up liquidity. As you see on my screen, our liquidity right now is at $203,627. Okay. And the majority of that, 55% of it, so 45% of it is from the farm. 55% is from what we originally locked in. So that's huge. So the power here is what is in the future for this. So as I think Tracky's here, I don't know who else is here for representation from some of the other ones. Make sure that you come out and request time to speak. I think I see Maya here. Let's see. Do I see Shane in here? If anybody is from any of those coins, you can raise your hand, come on out and talk for a few minutes. And we can ask some questions and tell us about who you are and what you've done. But if not, we can come back later. You can raise your hand and ask for requests at that point later on.
Yeah, we have Chow Chow Meow up already. How's it going?
Hey guys, thanks for having me up.
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic. And how are you guys?
I like your PFP, Samurai Chow Chow. I love it. That is amazing.
Thank you. I love it as well. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for you, Trader Max, for you, Andrew, for Shane, for bringing me on board with Shogun. I myself am also ex-military. So finding this Shogun community has just it's been a godsend to me because people that are in the military, when you get out, you have that sense of community. Mm-hmm. This kind of brought me back to that. And it's just, I love Shogun. I love everything about it. The PFPs are amazing. But the fact that you guys, the honor, integrity, like keywords, that's what won me over to begin with. But as being a dev for Bonky, we've had some struggles, but since Shogun, since you guys have brought me in, everything's changed. Like the fact that you allowed us to stake coins with you, it's a blessing. It's brought a community into Bonky. It's we don't have to worry about doing airdrops and people selling immediately. Andrew's helped me with our own staking.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and then I just had the Panther pilot training the other day.
Wow.
As a dev, if you don't do that, you're crazy. It's free.
Right.
I mean, if you're a dev, you know how expensive everything is. Just the QR code alone costs money, and it's free with Shogun.
Mhm.
Like what you guys are doing for other projects is commendable. It's just amazing. You're literally changing crypto.
Well, and I appreciate that because you're right, and that was our intention from the beginning. We didn't want to come in and just be anybody, right? This is why when I meet with companies and we're trying to get them to work with us, and they're like, "Well, that's not really what crypto does," you know. Well, yes, that's right. That's why we're doing it. Gary said it. Hello Moon said it. A handful of other programmers said it, and guess where they're all at? They're not here. They're not with us. If they wish they should have been, and they're going to wish that they should have been. Now, Hello Moon had some big projects and big networks, from what I hear. But you know what? When you get a little bit too big for your bridges, you kind of think everybody else is beneath you. I think it's the opposite. I think we have such a great foundation because of coins like yourself that know what it is, not to feel the justness of what that network is. By the way, so what military did you serve in?
I served in the army.
Oh, great, good job. Uh,
Yeah.
and there's I have no you know prejudices against the different branches. I love them all. I've worked with every single branch. I've worked with the State Department for some time, and I worked with every single branch in under the sun, even the Coast Guard. In the process, one of my black belts is third degree black belts in my dojo is 26-year veteran of the Coast Guard. Uh, really good guy, great guy. Um, so I love all military. You know, even the reserves, even you know everybody in the network because you all did the same exact thing. We all tried to make a difference by being us, which is amazing, and that's all we're trying to do here. So Chow Chow, I appreciate you being here today. Your coin is amazing. We love your community. We love your essence here. Just keep up the great work.
Ditto, Max. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I see TrackyBot has a little red space by his now. Is he's next up? Is that
Hey Max, yes, thanks for having us here and a great space, man.
thanks, buddy?
Love the things that you guys are building, and I'm really proud to be part of it with Trekkie also. I love the partnership we have, and
Hmm.
yeah, I cannot wait for the show connects and put it in Trekkie, get the link up there because yeah, like I said before, I think it's a win-win-win situation for you guys, for us guys, and also
Hmm.
for the token projects that will use our bot and get some can earn a little bit when the people, their community will click on the link and will be redirected to Shogun X.
Absolutely.
So
So you just recently, because I want to put this out there because it's important to us. We got the advices with you to take you to pre-sale. You went to pre-sale. You hit your mark. You did so in the 5 days that you were on there. You released. You had some battles up and down. You had some yeeters. You had some people that were there. They were fake. But who stayed with you the entire time? Who was here with you the entire time?
it was you.
That's right. And like
Absolutely.
it was me and it was others that were in our space.
Yeah,
People.
and I appreciate it. You were reaching out to us. You know, we were on Pump Fun, and yeah, we had a good talk, and it was a tough decision to make, of course.
But
But
your
you,
goal
Shane, Drew,
your
it
your
was
goal was to get on Radium, and you did that. You
absolutely.
completed that, and you found some holders that will be with you the entire time. Right? That's me. I'm here,
Yeah,
and I know there's others that have it as well. Right? So if you're watching this network right now, if you're watching this space, Tracky is a trusted coin to be here with us. If you buy coin on their system, don't go and buy today if you are leveraged. Don't go buy today if you feel like, oh, I'm going to make a couple bucks on them. This is support level stuff. This is not, I'm going to go make a whole bunch of money on Tracky, right? With our coin, you're not here to make money on the coin. If you're watching this and you're listening and you've bought Shogun because you're going to try to get out, your 3 or 4x, sell now. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just sell right now. If that's all you're here for is just to get that, then arrivederci, right? The town's not gonna, it's gonna spit you out anyway, right? Because nastiness can't live here. Now, selling the coin's not a bad thing. There's traders that are gonna come and go, right? So what I'm trying to get to with Tracky is like if you're here and you want to boost that number up and get that number up, I'm exactly okay where he's at because Tracky is a service network. What they have in their bot is amazing. It's a great little bot. The programmer that was with them is with us. So very strong network. of inclusion here, right? So go, if you want to invest, good barrier of entry to get in, be a part of it. As things grow, Tracky's growing. There's a lot of stuff that's coming. So make sure that you do justice, but don't go there with the thought of making 10x. Go there with the thought of supporting a great coin, a great community, and a great network.
Well, thank you very much for this shield. I don't even have to do it myself.
There you go. That's what this was. Well, this wasn't really that anyway, right? Because who best to shield you than the dude that's here to help support you, right? So I'm here
Absolutely, absolutely.
for you. I got you, brother.
Yeah.
You're great.
Uh,
You're here because of your honor and your righteousness that you are. You know, you offered us stuff before even knowing what we could offer you, and you always came with value. So I appreciate that very much, and that's why you're Tracky Bots in our system.
Yeah, thank you very much. And let me also give a shout out to Shane, of course.
Yeah.
What he's doing with Memezilla, it's yeah, incredible also.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the guy's undervalued, and so
Oh yeah.
give him some love. And absolutely,
So
great to be part of all of you. So
absolutely, Tracky. Thank you so much for being here. As far as Shane representing Memezilla, if you want to come out and kind of chuck yours 37.5 pounds in. If you have
Yeah,
time.
hiya, Matt.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, my voice is going, so I have to keep it short. But I'd just like to say, first of all, thank you to yourself and the rest of the team, top five, for giving everybody this project. And also, I'd like to thank everybody who's come in, and they've taken it like duck to water in terms of their contribution. And without all these people in this space now, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I just like to thank each and every single one of you. And like I say, I'm all about hard work, and I will push people to get the most out of you. But at the end of the day, that's what's needed. We put the hard work in now, and it'll take off pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out, Shane. I know you're not feeling very well and your voice is hurting, so take it easy. Memezilla is a mentality, and the mentality I feel, if there's anybody at Memezilla that is here, you have to know Shane's integral part of that community, and as well as being here as an outreach expert, somebody who can bring people together. Very strong mentality. So make sure you check out Memezilla if you're here, part of our community. Give them some love. Tell them what we're doing. Get over to that community. Shane is just a big part of us here as a top leader in the 20, along with Amos and others. It's very, very strong mentality. Working with my son, working with others like Quentin in the network. So great job, Shane. And thanks for being here, buddy. Drew, we got anybody else, my man?
Yeah, hold up. We got Bluey Bear, and then after that, I'll say some stuff about the farm too. He should be coming up in a second.
Gotcha, my man. Ready to hydrate. Come on, Walla. Open. There we go. Shane's voice made me want to drink water. So bad.
What's up, Bluey?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys all doing, man?
Doing, man. How you been?
Epic, guys. Epic, man. I love what we're doing here, you guys, man. We're building ecosystems here, man. We're the top-notch builders over here. Shogun and Bluey Bear, man.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers in arms.
We're making shit happen. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. We're excited to be a part of the team, man. Me and my family have had nothing but a great experience so far, and God bless to Shane. He brought us on board. He gave us this project in the very beginning, man. Where my bags are all up.
Well, I think I lost you a little bit there, buddy.
You're all in respect.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you, man. You have a lot of great stuff. I love the contact of your cat in there. It's an integral part in our farm. We really appreciate it. And I just wish the best for everything for that. Make sure you check them out. Check out his PFP. Make sure you're following. Get over there. Get yourself a bag. Get in part of that process over there. What a great little army and an alliance that we have with them in the Shogun world. And I can't thank you enough for being here.
By the way, Max, my web guy, he built Bangtao Muay Thai's website. It's a huge website. He's signed up for the Panther Pilot. When he got on to your system, he was wowed by it. He was like, yeah. So when we rebuild Bluey Bear's website, we're gonna use the Panther Pilot system, and we're gonna build a mat. So once that's all built, I can't wait to show it off to the world and show them how we did it with the Panther Pilot system.
Woohoo! Nice, loving it. Well, I know how powerful it is. Everything we built, I built all of it. So it's awesome. Right? I'm glad that it's hard to realize that because you got to look past all the hype that everybody else usually uses, right? So we're very organic. So everything that's in there, I'm glad that the follow up is happening with the Fortune here. So I appreciate you for saying that, and I can't wait to see what you guys are going to build.
Yeah, man. I don't really like it. Like I went through it. I'm signed up on it, obviously, but like obviously I could see that it's an amazing system. But like when he got on, it was good to hear his feedback because he understands how to actually operate it, and he was wowed by what you've built, man.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. Well, it's all due to the people that I help with in building the network and finding those that can be a part of us and do so with adding value to what we got. Even down to my own son, Crypto Quentin down there, is somebody who's just been, he lives on his own world with this, man. So yes, he's my son and I love him very much, but nothing was just given to him. He works so hard for everything that's in there. He's in there every day. He also teaches at the dojo full time as well. So he's got 3 jobs going on, which is amazing. The kid's a superstar. But so are you guys. I really do appreciate Bluey Bear and your team over there. You're really kicking it in. But thanks a lot for being here. We'll talk to you soon.
God bless everybody.
You too, bud.
Yeah, so that's so more about the farm, talking about the farming increases. Basically, not only did we add about 4 other coins to farming rewards that were about on average $300 to $400 each in those coins. So thanks for sending us those coins, guys, to add to the farm. Also today we're increasing the Shogun rewards by about 67%. Our last month's farming rewards was 3 million. This month is going to be 5 million. So we should see a pretty nice spike in APR, not only because of our own increase with Shogun, but all the extra people who've, added their coins to the farm as well.
Amazing.
And one other update too is if you go on Shogun, if you search up Shogun on like Deck Screener, for example, if you looked at the locked LP, we have about 55% locked, 45% unlocked of 200,000. So our farm has roughly $90,000 staked to it right now and adding value to the coin side of things and making it more stable to trade.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about that part here in just a second on the stability of what is going on, because there's a lot of stuff. And some of you do have questions on it, and I appreciate it. But thanks, Drew. All right, so let's talk about that. I'm going to show the screen here on the chart if you're watching over on YouTube, but I'll also be recording this, and you'll see it on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel will have it, as well as our Twitter page will have it automatically. Now, you're watching a 4-hour chart. You see that there's a lot of big bars, right? There's a lot of stuff. I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute chart, and you'll kind of see that there's a lot of stuff happening. And some of you, everybody should probably know what a volume bot is, right? You're out there in the world. You should kind of know what a volume bot is. And in most cases, volume bots are meant to pump the price up so the owners of that can wash out of their coin and hide it behind all these other things. Well, we got tired of coins being able to do that and farm. Some bots can actually farm other bots or other coins like that. But we got tired of all these corrupt volume systems that are out there, like Orbit. I'm going to say it true. They're corrupt. And so is the Fatality bot. It's used to fake users. It's used to fake holders. Even the Gary network that we were asking them to build a volume bot for us, kept on trying to push the narrative of, yes, but then we can hide it behind all these new users by creating wallets that will trade with all these multiple wallets, and it'll just keep increasing your holders. And I just thought that is the scammiest way to present yourself ever. So there's no way we're ever going to use a system like that ever again. So as me and the team started to build the Anvil bot and a temper bot, we built the temper bot first to get the base down, which has a very unique way of dealing with volume. But we fired off the Anvil bot the other day. There's a big, huge sell-off from some people that really, I guess we didn't do a good enough job of selling them the process. But as I started to figure out what was going on, I started to see them come back. So we fired off the Anvil bot. And if you're watching the screen now, you'll see there must be 100 transactions that have happened since yesterday, right? And these transactions are all done by the bot at certain values, what we call a ratio, 2 to 1s, 1 to 1s, all those kind of things, which stabilized a lot of the sell pressure and increased the value to buy pressure, which was huge for us because it kept us in this realm. Now, as trends start to be followed, ratios are changed, all this stuff, but this is referred to as the Anvil bot because it secures and hammers out all of those, as a bad analogy, but it hammers out all those bad sections that while applying volume as well. Okay, the structure of it here is pretty strong, and you don't see a direct sign of manipulation, but a smoothness, even though that it's a smaller channel from that 2.9, 2.8 to 3.08 level. It is a strong level to be in, and that's what the Anvil bot does. We'll be testing and beta testing for the rest of the week. And then hopefully by next week, we'll have the first audit finished and have that availability where we can then put it in the community hands. But we're only going to be putting it in community hands that we trust. So, of course, any of the coins that we work with now, there'll be a huge discount for that. We have it free for us for now while we're testing. But normally the industry standard is 20%, right? So in most spots, most volume bots, you've got to put in, 4 to 9 SOL to be able to have that. This you can put in as little as 0.5 SOL. So, because why would you ever do that, Max? That's not going to get you a lot. Well, all the value that you see that's been happening here over the last 24 hours was done with 0.4 SOL. So this value that happened for the day, this would normally be blown out by any other system within minutes. And trading with pennies is not the reality here. Trading in dollars is where the strength is. And that's what you have to do. So having a bot that you secure most of your value here. Now, in most cases, 20% of 9 SOL is 1.8 SOL, right? So you're you're spending a lot of money in fees. And even at 20% of us would be harsh. But for coins that we trust, we'll be doing it for half off. It'll be just 10%. And that'll be released out to Bluey, to Memezilla, to other anybody who's in our farm, Tracky, Bonky, they'll all receive that bot for those lower rates when we release out to that process. And they'll keep those for lifetimes at that level. All right. But for now, the bots are working good. We are very excited about some secondary releases that are going to happen, some major automation. And I see a lot of great stuff happening with the bot system. Now, remember that if you're part of the 100, you're part of the 20, you're part of the 5, the bots themselves generate income, profit. Everybody here who is a part of our crew and our team, you'll be getting part of that profit depending on what level you're at. So if you're in the 30 or if you're in the 100, you'll be getting 30% that you'll split with 100 people. It's huge. It may not be a lot of money when we only have a couple bucks going in, but when it hits 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, which it will, because the way that we're building these bots is all about right and honor and having the solutions work for your bot, work for your coin, work to help keep the farmers out and keep the coin strength moving up, right? Not just so you can sell out. That's why we're only giving it to people that we trust, at this level. All right. Next. What else did we have, Drew?
Have we really touched up on the game as much, or?
Yeah, but I don't have another hour. So as most of you know, I'm a game dev as well. I love building games. I've built a handful of games. when we were talking about building a game, it wasn't something that was like, hey, maybe we should build a game. There has always been a game. There's always been a game ready to go for this thing. Because the moment I seen the first PFP that we increased to the level that we have, we knew that there was going to be a PFP or a game system that we wanted to be able to have. And as we started to deliberate, what's this game going to be about? The Creed came out. And once the Creed came out, the video came out. When the video came out, I fell in love. I didn't even make the fucking video. And I was just way majorly in love with this process. Having the availability to have the characters do what we're about to make them do and have them be a part of our life here the way they are going to be is going to be something that'll be a lifelong entity. And I just can't wait. The game system itself, let's talk about the mechanics. The mechanics are going to be set in Unreal Engine. The level, we're trying to work out the level of systems, and I'm going to show you on the screen right now. This is from our one mod that just went in, a modeler that just kind of went in real quick just to do something to see what he can get. We have some work to do around the eyes and a whole bunch of other things, and I'll show others later. This will be coming out very shortly within the next day or so as we model in and I get things rigged. My character will be the first character that you'll see in the demo, the main demo. You'll be able to run around as me for now, pull out a sword, do all that kind of stuff, maybe even fight some insects. We don't know yet. We should have something out in about a week for a demo like that, or a week and a half. But you'll see me releasing a lot of videos. But the main mechanics of the system in this first phase of release is the marketplace. And the marketplace is the oasis of the world that we're going to be in. It takes place in many moons from now. Something has happened to where the world has changed from the human nature down to the animalistic value of the Shogun to the insect value of the scammer, and those two are at odds. And that's what we're battling here. So that marketplace is a safe haven that you can go and you can walk around, you can be a part, you can go into marketplaces, you can go into those things. You'll be able to have interactions with other AIs and other things that we'll have later in that, shopkeepers and builders and things like that. The next wave out, there's 3 rings, right? The first is marketplace, the second is the village, and the third is the war zone, if you will, or the resource network that you can go to fight and farm enemies or farm resources. We'll be able to have the first one and the third one at first, but as we connect W3 and purchasing power for land grabs and things like that, that'll slowly come out over the next month or so. Now, the good part about all this is that you can be a part of that development and part of that Q&A, go in and help build up and see the things. We know bugs already exist, that will exist, but we'll find, interactions and things that we want to, fix, and little things that are missing or here. Sometimes you may fall through the world, whatever it may be, but these will all be in good fun about building that network out. As we attach W3s, we attach crypto, as we attach the NFT system over the months to come, you'll be there. You will be a part of this. You will then say, hey, I was part of this and helped build this with my voice, with my structure, who we are. In the beginning, there'll be 5 characters. And as we build on our character builder system, we're actually changing a lot what's happening in the game network with metahumans as well. I'm meeting with a team to create something referred to as the meta creature, to where we'll have base structures, because we're going to develop this very strong to create the base animal, and then be able to change the color, add spots, do stripes, do everything that MetaHuman can do already, but with creatures in that meld. So as we develop this out, there's just so much. There's so much to do. As Joe said at the beginning, it's a very, very big project, and it is. It's bigger than anybody else has ever thought to put together, and not dream-wise, because I know that we can pull it off. Because we've already pulled off a lot of stuff already. I want everybody here to know that the reason why we built this the way it is because it needed to be done. And we proved some things. We've talked about this before. We built this organically. We haven't advertised it all. We built relationship. We built structure. We find safe haven in our attitudes and the way that we talk and the way that we build. And I do so because nobody else will. As they say, it only takes a few good people to do nothing for the world of evil to take over. So we're a few good people, and we're going to do something. That's where we're at right now. Drew, you got anything else?
Yeah, I like to we got one more speaker up who wants to come and talk. What's up with you, Anthony? What's up, bro?
What's going on, family? How we doing today?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Really been out in the trenches, learning a lot of stuff, staying active, trying to brush up on my education a little bit, just on trading and all these bots and all of this stuff. And I've been watching a couple of groups talk about this airdrop that y'all talking about, and I think it's really cool how for our partners, they were able to get in on our farm and they were able to increase their holders like that, because I'm watching like people are throwing out like 10, 15 sold just to do something like this. And then it always usually gets wasted. And I think it's really cool that the people who are in our community can actually benefit from that. You know, we're getting coins, we're staking, we're increasing all our LPs and all of that. And instead of the money going to people who are just going to sell it or, don't want it or have interest in it, it's actually going to people who do have interest, will support the coin and all that. So I just want to commend y'all and congratulate that. That is excellent and that's beautiful. Also, another point that we talked about, Bluey was up here talking about how this other dev or whatever the guy was talked about our website and how he said it was very professional. And coming from a non-dev standpoint, just a holder and a community leader, I really love to hear stuff like that, because that also coincides with what you were talking about how the guy said, oh, this is how crypto goes. This is how we do things around here. Well, I'm the type of guy, I live my life. I don't do my life the way people do things, because if I was just to do what everybody else did, I probably wouldn't amount to much. So I really find happiness in the fact that you know how to put your foot down on somebody's neck. You'll say, fuck that. We're not going for your shit. We're doing this the right way. And just that right there speaks multitudes and volumes, because I am not a dev. I am a holder and a part of the community as well, big part. But the thing is, I want to know that my money's in somebody's hand that won't let somebody just give them the shaft and roll with it. It just makes me feel, I got like $9,000-$10,000 in Shogun, bro. Just like to let everybody know that I'm not jeeting my fucking bag, dude. I haven't sold one Shogun since I bought. I'm holding that shit. And I believe in this project so much. And like I said, just coming from a holder standpoint and to hear all of this great information that y'all put up here, it just makes me feel that much more secure. And knowing that, I have faith in my team that's not going to let just anybody do anything to them, and we're going to stand firm on on what we're saying.
Great words, Anthony. And by the way, I have to correct you on one thing. My man, you are a dev. A developer is not just somebody who builds stuff online. You built a clothing line, you built a business, you built a structure. You have an identity, and that alone, when you control your identity, who you are, that to me is probably the strongest developer. So I have to correct you on that, and I believe in your brand and who you are.
I really appreciate that, Max. Yeah, for sure. I definitely am in that space, the creative space, not necessarily in the meme coin space, but I do have other things. And that's why I'm resonating with what you're saying, because, I'm building stuff too. And I don't let people tell me how I'm going to build my stuff. Like, I want it built the right way. I'm not cutting corners. So, just all of that information. Yeah, maybe we got a couple weeks delay, but listen, it ain't nothing whenever you got whenever you're betting on somebody that wouldn't do to you something that they wouldn't do to themselves.
Right.
Our team would not do to you what they would not do to themselves. That's unlike a lot of these callers, a lot of these other people. They will fucking skin you dry, bro. Dude, we will not do that to you. Because we got the coin just because we're supporting our project. We didn't buy the coin to make money. We bought the coin to show the utility and the belief of our project. It's just going to be a reflection of the success of everything. So the coin is just really the least thing. And I mean, but like everybody that gets in on it, I mean, we're all going to eat. And then everybody that gets in, that got in on our LP, everybody that I got tokens for, I just did my first harvest. I'm going buy tokens in all 4 of the other coins. We got Bonky in this thing. We got Bonky, we got Bluey, we got Tracking, we got Zilla. Don't worry, y'all. I'm about to come spin on y'all. I'm going to drop a bag on y'all out the gate. just because that's how I'm coming. I'm supporting the community that's supporting us, that's with us. So don't worry,
There you
I'm coming
go.
to scoop y'all up. And that's just because that's how I'm rocking, man. I'm sticking with the people that's sticking with me. And that's just the best way you can do things, y'all. People who's being transparent, people who's being honest with you, people who's talking with you, doing business with you transparently. These are the people you want to be in. You don't want to be in the spaces where you can't come up and talk. You don't want to be anywhere where you don't have a voice, anywhere where somebody won't listen to you. You come into these chats at any time of the day, talk to a 20, talk to a 5. You could even tag Trader Max and he will hit you back. That is real leadership. This is real community going on. You know, I don't do all of that cabal cult stuff, but if you wanted to even throw it on that, eventually one day this will be that. But, you know, that's just names and all of that stuff. But this is really serious, you know, and it's beautiful.
Truth. Anthony, thank you, my man. I appreciate the words. They resonate with me, and I know that this network is powerful too, and more powerful because you're in it. I remember when I first interviewed you; it was so much fun when you were over at Kitty. A little sleazy, and it was like you were my first major interview at that point, which was awesome. You took me up on it, and I really do appreciate it ever since I've met you.
Yeah, man, I'll support everybody who's trying to do something for themselves. That's why I'm here, and I appreciate y'all.
Good, my man. All right, Drew, you got anybody else chucking their hands in?
There's someone who is requesting to speak, but they're not really from Shogun. Should we let them up or what's up?
I guess an introduction to find out who it is. Wall Street Satoshi Media, is that who it is?
Yeah, he's coming up here. What's up, Wall
Right.
Street?
You there, buddy?
It's still connecting. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
And then we got.
I guess Sparrow just came up too. Wall Street, you there?
I'm not seeing him on speaker
Well,
yet.
look, while Wall Street is still connecting, we have Sparrow up here. What's up, bro?
GM, everyone. It's I'm very glad to be part of this community because as I can see, I was just told about this project just about 1 week ago, but then I really love everything I see over here and the way everyone grinds for his bags with the support from different projects. I just look at it as a massive progress, and I just want to give up the thumbs up to everyone that's participating in this, and they're going to be solid as ever. And you guys have our support from the different parts of the world. So let's go back.
Thank you. So you have a bag with us at Shogun.
Yeah, I have a bag.
Nice. Congratulations. Welcome to the community. We really do appreciate you. Even if you're not part of the 100 in there, we do appreciate you being here, Sparrow. On our retail side of it, you know, following for the bag side and being able where that market is, there's times that you can take out profit. I think if your community, if your network, if who you are, you want to make money with us, it's LP farming. You know, get in there, take about, you know, half of what you make every day, you know, sell off that little quarter, that 25% of, if you don't have a sold to put on top of it to reinvest and get the compounding structure back in, then I can understand that. But, you know, feel free to ask us any questions you go in. We appreciate you being here today, bud. All right.
Right.
Good. Go ahead.
Okay. I said about being part of the 100. You know, I actually filled out the forms and followed each and every instruction. Is there any other requirements someone needs to be a part of this? Because
yeah, you have to be in the rooms. You got to go fill out a form or talk to, if you want to talk to either Shane or to Drew, that's in the rooms in there, and they'll get you over to a form that you'll fill out. And there's, you know, raids to do. There's other things, you know, depending on your skill level as well. There's still room in there. So you're willing to go in and talk to Shane or go in to talk to Drew and get that on. Sound good?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Welcome and appreciate you being here. All right, Drew.
All right, thank you.
Is that about it, buddy? Is that all you got, or is there somebody else still?
There's one more request. Do you have time for another one?
Yeah. I'm gonna start playing some music for somebody to start talking. While we're waiting for the next person up, Trader Max is chair dancing. Good job, bitches. Let's go. Brown chicken cow cow. All right, did we? I guess Miss. Is that who's?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Fine. Good evening. How are you?
Not too bad.
My name is Sarah.
Welcome.
I'm just coming here. I just started. I just joined um the crypto world. I'm here because of Sparrow. Sparrow brought me. He's
Cool.
teaching me already. He encouraged me to come on the space and ask questions and just be myself. He asked me to interact with you guys, know more stuffs, and he said I'll be good.
It's a good space to be in. I appreciate you being here. This is not really an AMA or Ask Me Anything space today, but inside, if you get over to the community, you can ask some questions and make sure you don't DM anybody. You'll get the spammer hammer.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, Miss, thank you for being here in the world. I appreciate you being
You're
here.
going.
So if you
Thank you
have,
very much. Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. Is that good, everybody?
Yep, that
Drew,
looks
you
like
good?
everybody so far. Yep.
Drew, you got anything last you want to say out to everybody before I do a closeout?
Yeah, so we talked about the farm, the game. Um, do we want to talk more about the Founders Mint before we close out? Like, what some of our ideas are for that, or?
I think we'll save that one for right now because we're still kind of putting everything down. We know that it's there. It's a Founders 5 that we'll be putting out with different attributes and rarities that will be coming out. We were trying to get as soon as possible. I hate when people say that, but it's like hopefully within the next 6 days before next week. Wednesday of next week, we'll have something a lot closer, if not already released and ready for that point. But we're still working with Duff on, the layering and everything else and what that's looking like. But I do want to be very careful of time. I have a very hard stop here in about 5 more minutes. But so if you have anything else you want to chuck in, we can hold another space for next week as well.
All right, yeah. I mean, I just say stay tuned for the Anvil bot, and that's probably the last thing I gotta say.
Great, man. Well, I appreciate you helping me put the space together today. Drew did a great job of getting everybody together. We had a great, list of people here all day long in the system. Thank you very much to everybody. Before we finish out, I just want to quickly and try to do this as quick as I possibly can. Most of all of you know that the sincerity that we all have to be here is not just about money. It is money. It is about money, but it's not just about money. It's about making a community that can depend on each other. Every single person that we have brought in so far has been of the top line for me because you've all worked so hard. And those that have left that couldn't stick it out and make it work, I understand and I appreciate you being here and doing what you did to be here. But one thing is for sure, that everything we're doing, you've heard this as an underlying theme for today, is not like anything else. The coin is not the moneymaker. The coin makes money, don't get me wrong. The coin has already done its job. It provided us a market to prime the engine, and this is a world engine. This isn't some sort of, meme coin generator network. This is a real world builder. We have the Weaver system here that is so strong in what we're building. From games to devs to websites to systems, there's nothing that we wouldn't be able to do. This will be a real development company, a real development utility system for every community, not just for those that can afford $5,000 a month. This is disgusting to me. They should be ashamed of themselves for what they're doing in certain points. You know, this network of building coins and community, the best way for you to get ahead is to use the tools that we provide and help you do so, because we use them. How do you think we got where we're at? We didn't use some other network out there. We used Pink Sale to create our pre-sale. We fired off organically. We built the bots. We tried to build them out and get them all on, but the real bots here are the ones built by us, by the mentality by us, because we own them. So what's coming is already here. It's just more of it. When we build out our network for the game, for the community, for the Shogunix.io, you'll see where the real changes will now come. Somebody said earlier that we're changing crypto. Yeah, we already have. The moment we decided not to be what crypto is, the real life of crypto, which unfortunately started to show its ugly head here at the end of last year's last bull run cycle. You know, when we got into the bear, the real scammers came out, and that's harsh. So I want you to know that I'm here for all of you as much as I possibly can. There's some great people in here who are building things. Keep the community safe. Keep watch out. Keep patient. Most of you that are here, you're very patient people. We can't thank you enough, Doc, and everybody else who's here. Thank you so much for being here today. We got a lot of great stuff coming. I look forward to seeing you all inside the network and working out. And most of you know that when I say at the end of my videos, I usually have a spin that I say trade well, live well, play well, whatever it be. But the best revenge of life is living well. And what do I mean by that? It's something that my father said. The best revenge against all those haters is to live your life well, because they don't want you to succeed. So anything you decide to do it well. Do it happy. And if you learn something, if you fail, that's okay, because it'll just give you more availability for success next time. I see all of you as a huge success in my world, and we could end tomorrow, and I would count this as a success for every single one of you. I appreciate you all. I really can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done. We'll see you next time, and as always, live well. All right, that was about it. That's about all I got. I got nothing left. In fact, I have to go teach somebody who's going to teach me something and give me a check for $30,000 here in about 8 minutes. So let's go see what's about to happen. Did it again. He did it again. Cut me right off. I gotta go punch him in the face now. I hope you're watching now, Drew. You cut me off again, you punk face. You missed the best part. All right. Well, that's about my time. I appreciate everybody being over on TikTok as well as over on YouTube as well. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. And as always, live well.